This video is scripted, so if it sounds a little weird, that's why. Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi, I'm Speeder. Okay, so today, if you have not seen the title of the video, I will be talking about The Dragon Prince, Season 2, Episode 8, The Book of Destiny. By the way, the script is written by me a few hours ago. Just some updates. I know you can't see me, but I've put a monthly schedule for YouTube uploading next to me on my wall. So next week, I should release the season finale of The Dragon Prince Season 2, Breathe. Anyways, this video will contain spoilers for The Dragon Prince Season 1 and 2 all the way up to the end of this episode. I may add in one thing from Episode 9, so if you've not seen the entire first two seasons and want to avoid spoilers, I would come back when you have seen all of the first two seasons. Spoiler alert, I didn't mention anything from the next episode. I don't think, at least. So this episode had many different branching storylines, so what I'm going to do is go over each storyline individually. So I will go over the main squad story first, then I will go over to Soren and Claudia's story, then Viren, finally I will go through Callum's dream last. Okay, so we started out the episode with Callum, Rayla, and Ezran climbing a hill. Rayla is really wanting to get into Zadia that day. Unfortunately, Callum messed with dark magic and is now in no fit state to travel. Ezran says that they should let him rest. They end up taking him back to the cave they were staying in before. Callum starts talking to sleep. Corbus then shows up and drops the ultimate out of nowhere and drops the ultimate bomb on Ezran. I have to say, I feel really bad for Ezran because he is just a kid and has now lost both his parents and no one bothered to tell him. Corbus calls him King Ezran, and you can see visibly the moment when Ezran's face drops and he realizes what this means. He then says some stuff that really shows that he is just a kid. He realizes that Rayla had two assassin-bound things on her wrists. I think it was Rayla who said that he fell. He is in King Harrow. Though it could have been Corbus. I'm not sure. Ezran then does a huge reality check there and basically tells them to stop toning it down. I believe he said something along the lines of, fell? He didn't trip and fall on the ground. He got killed. Yeah, so that was kind of intense. I do love that he asked if Callum knows. He's just looking out for his big brother. He then decides to go on a walk and rejects everyone asking to come with him. He wants to be alone, which is rather understandable. I mean, he did just have the news brought to him by a complete stranger that his dad was killed by assassins. I would want to be alone too if that happened to me. After a while, Corbus starts to get worried and declares that the king is missing. He goes to track him down and finds that his trail ends in bantha tracks. A bantha is apparently this large wolf-looking animal. At least that's what it looked like to me. He thinks that Ezran has been eaten by a bantha, but Rayla laughs at this because Ezran can talk to animals, and she says that he probably got a ride on the bantha, not in the bantha. Later, Rayla seems to be getting genuinely concerned for Callum when he starts having trouble breathing. That is the end of the main squad storyline for this episode. So, at the start of Claudia and Soren's storyline, we are back where the dragon was in the last episode. Soren cannot move or feel anything. Claudia tries to pinch him, but he really can't feel anything. He's completely paralyzed from the neck down. Claudia tries desperately to heal him, but nothing seems to work, and you can kind of see that she's starting to lose it a little bit emotionally, because she's very concerned for her brother, and so she may become more panicky. That made no sense. Okay. Claudia tries desperately to heal him, but nothing seems to work. Soren is moved to a hospital back in town. The doctor tells Claudia that Soren will never walk again. She goes into the room where Soren is being treated. She's about to tell him the news, but he says that he already knows. He does, however, say it is for the best. This is one moment where I think that Soren has some great character development. He's willing to accept the fact that he will never walk again because he desperately does not want to hurt Callum and Ezran. He reveals to Claudia his secret mission from Viren and says that now he can't do anything bad because he can't do anything. This is kind of depressing, but it is a great start of a redemption for Soren. Later, Soren tells Claudia that he will be a poet. He tries to give a haiku, but it fails horribly. Claudia is panicked and upset and basically overturns the hospital looking for something that can help him. Oh, past Speeder. Claudia is panicked and upset and basically overturns to hospital looking for something. Oh, man, typos. This is partially a review for the Dragon Prince Season 2, and also me just laughing at my past self for writing a bad script. Okay. She obviously gets kicked out and literally is thrown out into the street. She starts to recite her calming mantra, or mantra, I don't know, as she walks alone. This is probably the best calming mantra I've ever heard in a long time. There is no synonym for cinnamon. There is no synonym for cinnamon. Sorry, it's just fun to say. I say this while writing a script, knowing that this is definitely something that I would say in a non-scripted recording. Yeah, hello, this is Past Speeder here, writing a script for the video. I will make either today or tomorrow. Just throwing this in here for no apparent reason. Hee. Oh, Past Speeder, let's get back to the video, shall we? Yes, we shall. Why did I have that in? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna laugh at myself. Yes, we shall. Okay, so as Claudia is... Dang, this is a long script. Yeah, so as Claudia is reciting her calming mantra, she hears a growl from the darkness of some alley or something like that. This is revealed to be Ezrin on the back of a panther. That is the end of the Sworn and Claudia storyline for this episode. By the way, I am writing a script for this so that my thoughts are a bit more organized and there aren't as many ums and uhs. Yeah, well, news, Past Speeder, I already told people that at the beginning of the video. Okay, so the next storyline is Viren. Back at the castle, it is revealed that guards are looking for Viren everywhere. They cannot find him, which immediately confirms that he is in his creepy dungeon with the mirror. Viren is indeed in that creepy dungeon with the mirror and is talking to the guy in that said mirror. He demands the name of this man. I assume it's a man. I hate to assume Erebos' gender, but I'm pretty dang sure it's a guy. I don't know. He says that his name is Erebos. Now, one thing that I have noticed in my rewatch of the show is that this is not the first time that we hear the name Erebos in The Dragon Prince. The first time we hear the name, it means nothing to us. In the letter to Callum from King Harrow, it is said that the cube was in the Banter Lodge. Okay. It is said that the cube that was in the Banter Lodge is called the Key of Erebos. We know this key is tied to magic because every time it is near something that contains primal magic, it begins to glow on the side with the symbol of that primal source. We also learn more about Erebos a little later on, so I have some theories about that cube. I won't share them now, though. Maybe one of the bonus episodes after I finish the show can be about my theories about the cube. I have already decided that will be. Okay. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but Netflix put a line about the Dragon Prince description saying it's official, another season is coming. I mean, we basically already had confirmation of this, but this is even more of a solid confirmation. I may have already mentioned this in a previous video, so sorry if I did. Anyways, so Viren then takes the weird bug from off his ear and places it in a jar. He then goes off to do some research. He sneaks through the castle and into the library, and I have absolutely no idea how he was not caught. Every time he finds the name Erebos in a book or scroll, however, it would disappear. This makes me wonder how much influence Erebos has here, or if he just has influence if someone has followed his instructions and taken the weird bug thing. Viren is understandably frustrated by this and returns to the room. Before this, though, we have that very accurate and very librarian thing to do, where the person in the library tells you to be quiet when you speak too loudly. When Viren returns, he asks Erebos why he should trust him. Erebos says that he should not trust him. Yet. This is the end of the Viren storyline in this episode. Next we move on to the real reason why I love this episode so much. Callum's side of the story. Okay, so when Callum was first talking in his sleep, he was saying he was really uncomfortable. This leads directly into the start of his dream, where he's laying on a pile of keys. He sees a glowing red light from within the keys. When he grabs it, he realizes that is the key of Erebos with a new symbol on it. A symbol for dark magic. The symbol glows red, as is This symbol was read as if it is symbolizing that Callum now has dark magic within him, now that he has used it. I also kind of wonder if it replaced the sky rune thing, because that would kind of make sense for like symbolism. Anyway, so he looks at it for a moment, then throws it away from him, rejecting it. A figure in the darkness catches the cube in midair, however. This figure is revealed to be a darker version of Callum. This dark Callum says that Callum should that was a weird noise. Says that Callum should accept his his quote-unquote destiny of dark magic. He says that because he is human and was not born with a connection to a primal source, that he has a right to use dark magic. The cube then becomes only dark magic symbols, as if that is the only option that Callum has. You can see when Callum looks at the cube, his pupils dilate. Since this is animation, this was in no way an accident, so it signifies that Callum is willing to accept this. He's so incredibly desperate to use magic that he almost accepts the dark magic. Fortunately, just in time, a fake King Harrow shows up in the dream. He talks like the Harrow in letter and says that Callum is free. This implies that if Callum were to accept dark magic, that he would no longer be free. He also sits on a throne with chains around him. This could mean that since he and Viren dabbled in dark magic, that he's not only bound because he's a king, but also because he dabbled in the wrong kind of magic. This, of course, we learned in the flashbacks earlier in the season. What I mean by that is the fact that he dabbled in dark magic, at least a little bit. Even if he didn't use it himself, Viren did, with his say-so. Callum is about to listen to Harrow when Dark Callum further encourages him to accept his quote-unquote destiny. Callum's pupils once again dilate, and he is about to accept it again. That is the moment when he sees a flicker in Dark Callum. He realizes that this road will take him only to misery and destruction. He then says that he will make his own destiny and rejects dark magic completely. Later, Callum is greeted by the captain from Voyage of the Ruthless. There's this whole really weird section about Callum becoming the sail of the ship. He also breaks the Primal Stone, which for some reason he is inside of. Yeah, it got weird. But it all means something, and I will go into it more into it in more detail in a bonus episode. Yeah, so basically his mind is a mess, and he's trying to put together all of this information that he's gathered. And at the end of the episode, he is sucked into the ocean beneath him. That is when he starts having trouble breathing. Anyways, I'm going to now let Future Speeder improvise the rest of this, since I've been writing the script for an hour, and I'm kind of tired of typing. Go for it, Future Speeder. Thanks, Past Speeder. Okay, this is like a 2.5 page long script, and I've only been filming for 13 minutes. Let's just say this is a little bit shorter than usual. Yeah, I was expecting that to take a little bit longer than it did. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks for leaving me to all of this. Yeah, I didn't really... I guess that my videos usually take longer because I don't know what I'm gonna say when I start them, and now it's only been 13 minutes or so. Well, okay. Yeah, so final thoughts, I guess. I'm definitely going to go a lot more in depth about Callum's magic finding thing in this episode, or at least his whole dream thing with rejecting the dark magic, and what we'll find out happens in the next episode. I think it's something that I would really like to go into more detail about, and so I'm going to make a few bonus episodes after I finish Season 3 of The Dragon Prince, assuming that Season 4 hasn't come out when I finish that. But since my schedule says that I will finish that by the end of May, I really doubt that Season 4 will be out by the end of May. So, yeah. But, yeah. Basically, so those bonus episodes will probably include The ones that I can tell you so far, to avoid spoilers for Season 3, is first of all, this stream specifically, and then another episode that will cover Callum's entire journey throughout the first 3 seasons. Another one will rank all of the... These are ones I want to do. I'm not sure if they will all happen, but I want to do all of these. So another one will be ranking all of the members of the main squad. And there will be a love interest episode, a Callum's love interest episode, because he has 2 main love interests through the show. And I kind of want to talk about which one I ship him with and why. I mean, it should be pretty obvious who to ship him with, but I don't know. Some people ship him with another person. So, yeah. So yeah, there will be several of those after I finish the show. Anyways, this has been a lot shorter than I expected it to be. Dang. Yeah. Okay. So, please let me know if you like the script format, since I'm posting this tomorrow. Please do let me know if you like the script format, where I don't go on as many tangents and am not as awkward. Please let me know. And if you prefer the fully improvised thing, let me know. And if you want me to do something else, I can't really think of what else I would want to do. Just please let me know. I would love to hear some, what's the word? Feedback. There we go. I would love to hear some feedback from you guys about this episode, or this video. Sorry. Yeah. So, that is that. Next week, I will release the season finale of The Dragon Prince Season 2, Breathe, like I said at the beginning of the episode. At the beginning of the video. Wow. Yeah, you get an example of improvised speeder and scripted speeder, so please tell me which one is better. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that is all, so I will see you guys next time.